But now we're actually live.
Good evening.
Good evening. We're here to give this a whirl again.
We're going to give it a try.
Oh, speaking of, we should have done tonight's. I haven't got time. It's only 8:30.
Okay.
Should it's there. Well, we gotta go in there.
Oh my God. I'm ready to go. And you're
All right.
over here doing shit.
Well, excuse me for wanting to get stuff done.
I have been waiting. I've waited. You ate. You smoked several joints. You
Excuse me.
listened to some videos. I'm ready now.
Excuse me for wanting to, have substance in my body so I can have energy to apologize.
I'm just saying. I had to stay up. Dude, I had to stay up. Show mode. Show mode.
Uh-huh. Well, just so you guys know, today's Daily Dose will actually be cell phone spying. We're not getting around to doing
Will be
it.
what?
Cell phone spying.
Okay, go ahead. I'm just being a shit.
Yes, I know. But,
I'm just being ornery. I feel ornery today.
well, it is a little early.
Go ahead, babe.
Do you want to do it?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get it up there. Let's get it done.
So it's, what the heck was that? What was that one for? It was cell phone spying, but what was you have it listed? The better
Is it
phone?
ever okay to spy on your partner's phone? Yeah, 1 o'clock this morning is going to be really fun because I'm feeling ornery too.
Oh, my therapist said it was okay for me to cook you. It was stress relief from the campaign.
What are you talking about? Did you talk to Kathleen about that? Did you say?
Of course, she was giving me shit too, so but she technically said it. It wasn't serious, but she technically said it.
Am I getting in the shot here?
I don't think so.
No. Okay, good. I don't want to scoot back a little bit. I don't like being in the camera. I am the voice behind the scenes.
Voice of God is what it's called. TV.
Voice of God? No.
Yeah, it's the voice of God. The off-camera speaker, when you hear the guy come over the speaker and go, "Hey, get back to work." Or, like when Steve Harvey or those guys laughing too much and the guy comes in, that's the voice of God.
Is that what they call that?
That's the voice of God. You thought I was playing.
No, that's your plan.
That is the voice of God.
Oh my God.
Alright, let me send that out to the tweet. What are we going to tag this with?
But
Tonight's Daily Dose.
is it ever okay to spy on your partner's phone?
Yeah, I know, but look. Hashtag tweet. Relationships, anything else? I usually try to find 3.
Spying?
Maybe we might get some. Spygate?
Spygate. There we go.
That's actually funny.
That's cute. That's cute.
No, but I'm not. I'm just
Okay.
Okay, there we go. That's all done. So we go to we go to record, we go to what else? Minnesota. Okay, so what do we got on the plate?
Okay, wait a minute. Now I need to drink. I need to drink.
Well, that maybe first.
Right. Now I haven't put any new ones up. So, what is the best piece of advice you ever received? How can we express love and caring towards strangers? How do relationships normally change over time? What characteristics are necessary for a strong relationship? How damaging is emotional infidelity? How important is it that you share common core values in a relationship? How do you know if you're growing apart?
Can I ask the one I thought of earlier?
Yes, of course you can.
Okay, maybe later.
No, I'm ready. I got my answer ready.
Oh, you do?
Oh, sure.
All right, we'll do that one.
Sure.
Just for
Let's
fun.
just do it. We'll try it. We'll try it. We'll try it.
I was only half serious, but okay.
If it doesn't turn out the way I like it, can we?
Well, of course. We
If
don't
I,
have to. We don't
if
do.
I,
We don't. Yeah. No, we don't record everything. Yeah. Well, no, the live one does is live, but the daily dose ones, no, of course not. We don't keep anything we don't like.
all right. Okay.
That's how those. That's why we pre-record those. That's
Okay.
the whole point.
All right. But
Otherwise, we just
but of
flip on the
course,
camera
but
every
of
day.
course, anybody listening gets to hear my scraps.
Well, yeah, they get to see mine too, but I'm used to live TV, so I don't care. That's the benefit of being used to live TV. You get thrown into the deep end,
Yeah.
and you either carry it, right? You either learn how to move past it, or you become a deer in the headlights and you can't get through it.
Well, I don't think I can do deer in the headlights.
Oh no, but we're also very low stress. Yeah. But you also, don't have the camera on you, and
Well, yeah, no, I don't have the camera. Well, you're used to it. I am not. I do not like a camera.
I didn't think I would be comfortable sitting in front of it in this TV studio.
Yeah, but you've been doing
I
it
did.
for a long time. You did.
I was strangely comfortable.
Your baseball thing.
Yeah, but I was never
a long time
comfortable
ago.
behind that camera in this TV studio with the TV things and the big lights and the control. I was insanely comfortable. It's more comfortable there than I am here.
No, I would go deer in the headlights.
And anyway, it's just strange. I did anxiety disorder. If it made sense, it wouldn't be called a disorder. So
All right, let's.
Why is that more comfortable than here in my own home with my own camera and lights, and I control everything? Then, I suppose might get from now. Okay, we should test it. We should do a test.
Oh, let's do a test.
Okay, we're testing the speakers, the microphones.
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. I suppose we should do a test.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, at least
I didn't think of it. I hadn't thought of it.
we need to make a checklist for these things.
We do.
And it's a good thing we tested it because I forgot to turn it on.
Okay, let's try it again.
That's why we test it. Okay, testing the microphones,
1, 2, 3, 4, testing.
That's why we test it. Right there is why we do
That's
it.
why we do it.
Because it was just a stupid me not turning on the microphone. Okay, testing microphones.
We're good. 1, 2, 3, 4, testing.
Sounds great. Okay.
Sounds good.
You know why I like, all this stuff hanging on the walls, all this fabric is to help with the echoes. Next thing we need is a carpet. And one of those just cheap laid down carpet.
Oh.
That's why I'm leaving. That's why I hung all that up. It's not for actually, it's for acoustics. Even the
Oh.
jacket is hanging up over there because it helps with the echoes. Well, because we're in a concrete bunker, essentially.
We're in a concrete bunker.
And it's got the high ceiling, so it echoes. Anyway. All right, so we ready?
Ready.
Okay, so how do I want to answer this question? Okay.
You have to ask.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, me lovey, we have another one for you.
Okay.
Now I screwed this one up. Okay. It's when should women wear bra? Right? When should a woman wear a bra? Or how does a woman know when to wear a bra? No, I don't know. Which way do you want to ask?
It's up to you.
See, she was worried about her flubbing it. And who's the one who flubs it? The professional. The professional flubs it because it's easy to flub. So don't overthink yourself. Okay, me lovey, today we have one for you.
Okay.
when should women wear a bra?
Well, the better way to answer that, the way I'd like to answer that is, when is it okay not to wear a bra? When do we decide? Usually women decide is at the end of the day, we're at home with our family, we're getting in our comfy clothes, it's time to relax. Now, there's also certain clothing that you can't wear a bra with. But other than that, we're pretty much always wearing a bra. We're pretty much always wearing a bra.
Well, do younger women have a different issue than that than say older women, or
Well,
women of different proportions? Do they have these different? These are questions we don't know.
Well, I can only speak for myself, but yes, there are some women who can get away with that more than other more well endowed women. Yes, well endowed. That's it. We're in for it for a lifetime. I have ridges in my shoulders from my bra straps. Yes, I have dents in my shoulders. So anytime I can, I like to end my day at home pretty quickly. I like to get out and out of that thing and into comfy clothes. It's a hassle. It's a pain in the rear.
I tell you what, if boobs on men were a thing, the world would be used to people walking around without bras on it. That's all I'm saying. That sounds like a hell of a lot of hassle and bother, and we don't try that hard. So I don't know. I suppose I should applaud you guys for the effort of trying to maintain your appearance.
Some decorum
and appearance and make yourselves, because we wouldn't try that hard. We'd just be flopping around. We'd be 80 years old people, shirtless, flopping around, hitting ourselves in the chin, and we wouldn't care. Now, I also want to point out that when we're older, we also still don't care about what happens to the ones we love. We understand gravity affects us all, and they're just as beautiful when they're older as when they are when they're younger, because we have older eyes, and older eyes see the world differently than the young ones. And that is your daily dose of love.
I like it.
There we go. So we tried to make everybody comfortable without the cold conversation and still have some fun. That was a nice one. That was good.
I think we did all right.
All right.
And we did it with class. That was classy.
Well, we try to be as family friendly as possible.
Yeah.
We're not always going to be family friendly. It's not always possible or even desired. We want to have fun too, but if it can be a serious subject, you can have a serious discussion with some dignity and some humor, and you can do all that at the same time. Okay, so what was the name of that one?
I don't know. I gotta add a card. Hold on.
Oh, that's right. We just threw that one out there.
Okay, what number are we on?
It's 35.
Already?
Yeah.
35. Hey, how come I'm not?
Do you like?
No, I had to hit the number 4. Hold on. 35.
Wearing a bra. That's what I'm calling it. That's why I label things over here.
Then is it okay not to wear a bra?
And I'd ask you for that description when I have Trello open over here. I can have just looked at it myself. I like to point out.
See?
That, I'm not always.
That's okay, baby.
I'm not always on my game. We're on Amazon Podcast now. I don't know if I told you or not, or if you saw that post. We can now be found on Amazon. I don't know if those recordings if those downloads, I suspect they go back and still get counted on our anchor counts. We don't do a lot of data mining like other people do. It's not our gig.
Data mining?
Well, it's where they take a hard deep dive into what their data is telling them.
No, not at this point. Maybe someday.
Well, it's because it takes a lot of effort to understand that and become good at reading it, and we have better things to spend our time on. Okay, so just checking our thing. I'll put this over there. Oops. Okay, so what do we got?
How do you know if you're growing apart? Is it important that you share common core values in a relationship? How damaging is casual? How you didn't like casual emotional infidelity? How damaging is emotional infidelity? You want to do that one?
Yeah, you know what? Just throw one at me and I'll see if I can answer it.
Let's do that one. Let's just get it done. Come on.
We'll get to they get to see us speaking. We're highly unscripted here to begin with. But this is really unscripted. I'm pulling this answer out of my butt. We'll see how good I actually am. Even my counselor does think I should go get my counseling license.
I think you should too.
I don't think I want to spend the time.
You got to put a lot of you have to do.
Well, she said I could call myself a coach, and I don't need any kind of license at all.
Oh, there you go. There you
But
go.
I said I'd just rather become a radio therapist. You don't need a license for that, and I'm already halfway doing it. Kind of like Fraser.
Just do a counsel. So you call yourself a coach.
I want to call myself a coach.
Look into that.
I want to call myself a coach.
I think that's really something.
No, I think me talking in front of the world is what's going to do something, not me being.
Okay, my honey.
By reflecting with more people, I can help more people.
I just thought that was a good idea.
It's not necessarily a bad idea, except I'll bring it home with me. If I carry individual cases, I'll bring it home with me, and I'll be the wreck. Yeah. So it's not about, so how can I help the world without hurting myself? That's the joke. Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
How damaging is an emotional infidelity? Ready?
Oh, no. Sorry. No, I wasn't. Yes, I was, but no, I wasn't. Okay, me love, what are we doing today?
How damaging is emotional infidelity?
Well, you've lost the connection with the person who you have decided to spend some time with, to have a deep, long-term relationship with. And so not only is it the loss of that connection, it's the feeling of betrayal. And it's kind of the double whammy. It's the ground you knew is no longer what you thought it was. And so how your whole worldview has changed at the drop of a hat.
Mm.
And now, if the fundamentals of your relationship are strong, it can be patched over, mended. Those kinds of things are easier to mend. They're easier to get through than, say, an emotional infidelity combined with a physical infidelity. You combine those two, and that's essentially you've chosen a different relationship over the one you have. And how do you come back from that? And you can, in a sense, you can forgive one or the other, but it's the combination of both that is essentially unable to be moved past. Because you can understand someone's sick or they're going through a stressful period in their life, and they turn to someone else because it's convenient, and they're unsure of the state of the relationship, and kind of develop an emotional bond on accident. And you can forgive that. And I personally could forgive kind of the same thing. Someone's in a fragile place, and they end up having a physical infidelity just because they're looking for a lost human connection. And I personally could forgive that. I can understand other people can't, but I personally could forgive that. It's the combination of both that you can't move past, because that's too much to be asked to forgive. You've essentially chosen
a different relationship
over the one you've had. You haven't had an accident. You weren't under stress. There weren't extenuating circumstances that humans have to deal with. And at the wrong moment, the wrong opportunity presented itself. And now I'm dealing with this situation I don't really want to be in, but I was just insanely dumb and weak. That's a human frailty that you can work through. It's not easy, not often successful, but it can be done. But so be mindful, be careful, don't do it. Watch your P's and Q's. When you're feeling down, it's the time to make sure you turn to the one you love, not from them. And that is your daily dose of love.
Good. You wound it up very nicely. I like that.
I was worried that we were getting long, but it was only 3 minutes.
It felt long.
It did.
That was a tough one. That was a tough one.
I looked down. 3 minutes. Oh, I had another 30 seconds I could have gone on. I could have done that
we're
better.
keeping that, because that's like the like the fourth time we've tried to do that one.
No, I'm not changing it. I'm just saying. I was like, I could, because I like to be somewhere about between 3 and 3.5 minutes. It's really where I prefer to be. But I'll take 2, because some of these are short. And if you try to go to 3 minutes, you're just filling time. So, why do that? Why put your audience through that? All right. So that was
36.
That part I knew. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I apologize. That's on live TV or live streaming.
Oh my God.
Luckily, no one's watching.
Okay. Well, someone might hear it.
Yeah, well, I still apologize.
You did apologize. I mean, what more can you do? Okay, ready? How damaging is emotional infidelity? Because I knew you were going to fucking ask me that question.
Yeah, but you know what? I have Trello over here, so there. I'm just going to copy and paste.
Well, I just moved it.
That's all right. It doesn't matter. Okay. All right. So just throw me one.
What's the best piece of advice you ever received?
Okay, except for that one, I don't have an answer. Okay. And you want me to
How
tell you that one?
how can we express love and caring towards strangers?
No, let's do that other one, but it can be a lubby answer. Best piece of advice. Best piece of advice you've ever received.
All right.
You want to do it?
Sure.
Sure.
No, but let's do it anyway. You
want to wait for it to see if you want to do it later?
Hold on. No, it's my grandpa's story.
All right, you want to tell it?
Yeah.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Best piece of advice you ever received. Okay.
I'll tell the long version.
Okay, my lovey. Today we have another one for you.
Okay.
What is the best piece of advice you ever received?
The best piece of advice I ever received was from my grandfather. And it was Grandpa didn't say much. So when Grandpa said something, you listened. I had run away from home. I had come back. I was waiting. I'd gone out into the garden, gone to Grandpa, waiting, gonna see what he's gonna have to say to me, because I knew it had to be done. I had to face him. He looked at me and he goes, nobody can tell you nothing. And I didn't understand. My 15-year-old self did not understand him. And it took 20 years and a year in AA before I could understand what it was he was trying to tell me. I have a tendency to not listen. I get up in my own head and how things are going to be and my, how it's structured and how it's going to just roll out. And that's just how I function.
It's the fact that reality sometimes steps in, doesn't kind of always play into your.
Doesn't always play into my equations.
So when Grandpa says, "Hey, listen, this is going to happen if you do that," you've got a different script, or you had a different script.
Yes.
So it took you a while.
Well, I'm not perfect in this area, as you well know.
Well, someone knows how to look in a mirror, so I can't really throw stones in this particular case.
I do look in the mirror, yes, and I screw up on a regular basis on this one. But it's something that I'm mindful of. And that was the best piece of advice I ever received.
So essentially, Grandpa's telling you to look in the mirror every now and again and listen to what people are telling you.
Yes.
Because, you may have a point.
Yes.
And that is your daily dose of love. There you go. 2.5 minutes.
Sweet.
Yeah, 37.
Number 37. Okay, that's 3. Let's keep going.
Okay, what else you got?
How can we express love and caring towards strangers?
How can we express? I'm not sure how to answer that.
Just be present. Listen. Give a shit.
Yeah, but I got to answer that in 2 to 4 minutes. In a format that people will hear. I could talk about that in 10 minutes, in 15 minutes. I could have a good full-on discussion. I could give you a 45-minute lecture, but trying to squeeze that into 2 to 4 minutes. Let me think about it.
Think about it.
Yeah, go to the next one.
How do relationships normally change over time? Well, for one thing, you become less mindful of the niceties. The take for granted starts creeping in.
Well, it's passion is replaced with practicality.
Okay, come on, let's do this.
All right. Okay, Lovey, what do we have today?
How do relationships normally change over time?
Well, the first thing that comes to mind is passion is often replaced with practicality. You know, early in your relationships, you make time for passion. You make time for the excitement of your relationship. You'll sacrifice sleep or half a day's work or whatever at the drop of a hat. Years in, you start making different choices because one, you're getting older and your body needs different choices. But two is your relationship's at a different stage. You've gone through the bonding stage, which is part of what the passion is for. It's to get you into that bonding stage, to get you through that rough patches where you make those difficult compromises and decisions on how you're going to develop the relationship long term. And the passion helps you get through those bumpy road bumps.
Yes.
Those aren't always easy decisions, but if you want to get naked with the other person, you sometimes you have willingness to compromise, and then it just is. And if you both are trying, then you guys accept the compromise, and then next thing you know, it's 10 years later, you've got 2 kids, and you're actually content. It's not necessarily happy every day. You're content every day.
Yes.
And so that brings a different mindset towards life. And I know you are concerned about how you lose some of the pleasantries, some of the niceties, the thank yous and the pleases and the
Yes.
and kind of the
Well, that just kind of smacks of taking each other for granted. It starts creeping in. Creep. You got to watch, man. It's a slippery slope.
well, but some of that stuff is kind of, it's like, do you lose the cherry on top? Yeah, you probably lose the cherry as time goes on. You still get the milkshake, you still get the whipped cream, you just don't get the cherry on top.
Well, every once in a while, I want a cherry on top, dang it.
Well, all right, so I guess if there is a end thing to our daily dose here, it's to make sure you put the cherry on top of your relationship every now and again, and keep the passions flowing a little bit, and that is your daily dose of love.
That was a freaking awesome one. That was a freaking awesome one.
All right, so there's that one. Okay. I've got, what the hell was that one?
38.
The number I know.
How do relationships normally change over time? And yeah, I want the cherry on top. You asked me, what do you want from me? I want fucking all. I fucking want it all.
Well, you don't get it all.
Yes, I do.
No, I don't get it all. Despite my little attempts to play Mr. Cartman around here, I don't get what I want. That's not how life works, man. I wish it was, but it's not how life. If I got what I want, I sure the hell wouldn't be my problem. Somebody else would be doing this crap. All right.
My honey. All right. Did you think about how can we express love and caring towards strangers?
No.
What characteristics are necessary for a strong relationship?
Okay.
You want to do that one?
It's better than the other one. Let's go.
Here we go. The other one came up. I don't want that one. I want this one. Okay, we're on fire tonight. I'm not sure I spelled necessary right.
That's right.
That's a word that one always messes
screwed
me
that
up.
one up.
That and exercise. How do you spell exercise? You can't phonetically sign that out.
I don't know. I used to spell check things on my thing. But I can never spell. It's like one of my, what is it, my 11th grade English teacher. I do remember on the first class she told us all I can't spell.
She told them
She told the whole class that she couldn't spell.
she couldn't spell.
Yeah, and she was sitting there giving out her spelling. Here's your spelling things, and this is what we do on Fridays. Every teacher you still giving spelling tests on Fridays or whatnot. And yeah, and by the way, I can't spell, and yes, I'm a hypocrite, but life stuff. Was essentially, she said it a little more pleasant than that, but that was essentially her argument. I respected her for that.
You would.
Hey, she's upfront. I can't spell, but she wasn't. She couldn't do nothing about it. Spelling's a requirement. She's got to give the spelling tests things. It's not like
it's not like she had a choice.
yeah. So I can't spell, but life's tough. You have to. Since they, which means when she was grading your papers, you didn't really have to worry all that much about your spelling. When students were grading your papers, you had to worry because you'd get marked off for spelling. But when she wasn't, she didn't mark you off for spelling. She cared about
your content.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So of course she's a bit of a grammar Nazi, but other than that, yeah. She English teacher like one. Okay. Okay, so yeah. Okay, me love, what are we doing today?
What characteristics are necessary for a strong relationship?
Honesty, openness, compassion, I would think are the three most necessary components to be in a relationship in both ways.
Both ways. Yes.
Because if you don't have one or the other, you're going to have trouble having a complete relationship. And Summer, sure. I know who that was. That's Summer. So we were going to be able to finish that.
We're going to take a break.
Yep. We're going to be able to finish that before she came busted in the door. I talked to Michael anyway. Hey, look, I can fix my leaky toilet now. Hopefully this is the right one. The camera's technically on. We were recording.
Okay. Got the parts to fix my toilet. Yay.
Yay!
Yay. We can now fix our toilet.
Wait, I'm gonna step out. Oh my god, I was in the camera.
Yes, for 4 seconds total. Well, now you're going to go get in the camera and out of the camera and in again.
I'll go backwards.
You go backwards and break yourself. That's what's going to happen. Get me over here.
Okay, thank you for waiting. No, not the face.
You're killing me over here. You spend more time in front of the camera trying to avoid the camera than you do by just walking to it. No one's looking anyway.
I don't care.
Now they're all gonna go back and look at the one thing that they all like all 4 people.
All 4 people. Where's my thing? Oh, here it is. My bad. I got it. Okay, how many do we have? We have 4 done.
Looks like you've got it all dark in here.
I know it's nice. Nice and dark.
Okay. All right, so we've got.
I love the night. I'm not the boogie.
Creatures of the night. Well, Brian.
On the disco floor.
Okay. All right. So what were we doing again?
What
Qualities are strong.
what characteristics are necessary for a strong relationship? You have it.
Yes, it was honesty, compassion, and
Everything.
okay, yes, right. Well, patience is the 4th one.
Patience is the 4th one. Okay, we're going to talk about patience.
If I forget one, don't kick in and don't let me finish it without talking about it.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, me love. What do we have today?
What characteristics are necessary for a strong relationship?
Well, if you want your relationship to last, you have to have openness, honesty, compassion, and there was a 4th one.
Patience.
And patience.
Patience.
None of that works without patience, does it?
No.
Patience is kind of the ribbon that holds all the packaging together. You need compassion, because without compassion, you don't get compassion. And we're all flawed human beings. We're all going to make mistakes. You need empathy so you can try to put yourself in the other person's shoes, so you can try to understand why they're being how they are, how they got to be the person that they are, and you love them. You want to understand.
That helps me. I want to understand. It helps me make the compromises. So many compromises that need to be made in a relationship, because I understand your needs. You have what you need out of a situation.
Yes, and now I'm forgetting the 4th one. The 3rd one again is passion.
Honesty.
Honesty. You need the honesty, because you've got to be honest, not just with the other person, with yourself. You can't be honest with another human being unless you are honest with yourself.
You can't understand yourself well enough to reflect that to somebody else unless you are honest with yourself. And so honesty works in almost every aspect of life. There's a few times in life where, being dishonest is helpful. Yeah, I'm not going to say it's never helpful because,
Do these pants make me look fat?
Well, yeah. Well, and there's extreme circumstances. If you're in a theoretical hostage situation, you say whatever the hell you need to say to get out, right?
Yes.
And honesty is not a requirement in that one. Survival is. But beyond those kind of things, you're talking honesty is in general, the best policy. Honesty with compassion is even better. Honesty with empathy is even better.
I enjoy that.
And
I
honesty
enjoy that. You do that very well.
and honesty with patience is even better than that. Because even when you're honest, even when someone's trying as hard as they can to become a better human being, it takes time. And so if you're patient, as long as you see the effort and you don't always, well, they fell down that one time, that's okay. They got back up, they dusted themselves off, and we've tried. He fell down 2 steps, that's okay. He just made 10. So I'm going to accept the fact that they fell down 2 steps. They're getting back up and they're trying again. And if you give that same effort, next thing you know, your relationship's going to be someplace where you couldn't even imagine before because you've accomplished some great things together. And that is your daily dose of love. Okay,
Nice, hon.
other than me keeping forgetting what the hell I was going to talk about, that was great.
Well, that was very human.
Yeah. Damn it, what was that third one
What was
again?
the third one again? Well, that showed us working as a team.
Damn it, what was that third one again? Alright, who's sending me stuff? Why is my phone dinging at the appropriate time?
And that was number 39.
Jorgensen's at Roseville on October 11th. Ooh, I might get a chance to go to speak with the. Oh, I'm not sure. If anybody's watching that, you didn't hear that. Shh.
What?
Nobody's watching. I didn't say too much. It's all good. They would snap and that's gonna kill me. It's just I bordered that and then I realized, oh wait, I can't actually. I gotta shut up because I'm on camera. All right, I just gotta remember to keep October 11th. I'll keep the date open.
Is that a Saturday?
I have no idea.
Okay, we have 1, 2,
And I'm keeping it
3,
open.
4, 5. We need to do 2 more.
It's
Two more would be optimum.
It's a Sunday, but it's compromised. It's crunch time.
I know. I just
Oh,
asked.
excuse me.
Asked.
But
My
no.
God.
It's actually a Sunday.
Okay, very good. So I don't need to make compromises.
Yeah, not right now.
All right.
You may have to make compromises later, but not that.
Yes.
Not right now.
Not right now.
All right, where the hell did I do my mic? Okay. I know it was on the last time. I just took it off for some reason. Because when I went to check my phone, I took it off because I'm a bonehead. Okay. All right.
Okay, that makes total fucking sense.
I know, it's like the live stream's that microphone, so it's not like I was even stopping anything from listening to. I don't know, it's habit.
What?
Hey man, I didn't say it always makes sense. What was the name of the last one again?
What characteristics are necessary for a strong relationship?
I spelled it so badly, it asked if I wanted to add it to a dictionary.
See? And I have Meccessary. I don't know if that's right or not.
Well, it was as much as my bad typing as it was my bad spelling in that particular case.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I typed crappily enough to begin with, and then I'll try to do it in the dark. Fingers don't hit when I know where they're going. Say it. All right. I hope this one's lighthearted because I'm going to be laughing at the start.
How do you know you're growing apart?
Oh, great. All right. I'll have to change my attitude. Okay. Thank you for, because that would have been a really wrong way to, and if you start that one. Okay. Okay, my love. What are we doing today?
How do you know if you're growing apart?
Well, if you're no longer getting your emotional needs met is the first sign. If you start looking elsewhere to fill your emotional needs, if at the end of the day you're kind of looking for something and it's not there. And you should know the difference between kind of a rough patch and kind of a long-term loss of connectivity. It's, you know what your partner's going through. You know if it's a stressful time. You know if there's health issues. You know if their mother is sick or if their favorite uncle recently passed away. And what you're feeling now is just, a mourning period or a stress example or some, one of those many, many things that us humans go through. And we can become inside ourselves, and the person who pays the highest price when we turn inwards is the person who loves us the most. So that's when that person needs to be the most compassionate. But when that happens. When that is the case. Any long-term relationship, when your partner is hurting and they're just kind of trying to get through their own internal self and what they need to support. And when it's not there, it's everything's kind of normal, but there's not there. They're emotionally distant. They may not even necessarily be physically distant, but it's physically empty. It's emotionally empty. It no longer has meaning behind it.
Mm.
There's a
routine.
It's not even routine, because even routine can have meaning behind it. Even routine in its own way, it's, there's an effort to it. You're trying to keep the spark alive. There's still the care and the love into it when you're just going through the motions because you don't want to make waves. There's a difference.
Yes.
And so being aware, there's no single sign, but for me is if you're turning to your partner and there's just an emptiness there and there's no easy explanation for it. There's no combination of personal
That
experience.
sounds heartbreaking.
The separation, the growing apart is heartbreaking. There's no other way to put it. Love is not always the most beautiful thing. Sometimes ending love is a painful experience. But if that wasn't the option, if that wasn't the other, if you didn't have the heartbreak, could you have
the glory?
Could it be this wonderfully glorious thing that poets and artists and people have been writing about since as long as we can write and speak without the pain? And that is your daily dose of love.
Well, you did a great job with that one.
I got to remember to turn off my damn dinger. That's twice it's done that. Damn politics.
Okay, one more.
Okay, give me a second. All right. Let me turn this dinger down. Because you know that it shows up. Just because we recording that shit.
Should be on the checklist.
Yeah, I know. But we don't have one.
We don't have one.
Someone's never ready to come to work. When they say, well, what are we doing? It's all these things that I have to think about that I can't always think about when I tell them what we need to do.
Yes, my name.
Because I got 10 million things to do. I actually have
5 more weeks.
I have to design and print and cut literature for tomorrow.
For tomorrow, honey.
What? It's not even 10. I got 12 hours.
Okay, next one. How can we express love and caring towards strangers?
Do we have another one?
How important is it that you share common core values in a relationship?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to do it? You want to do bah humbug? What's up with that?
No, because I'm not in a Christmassy mood.
Okay, that's all we have left. How do you express love and caring towards strangers, and how important is it you share common core values in a relationship? Unless you have something you want to ask me.
Okay, so what do we have? What was the last one called? How we do the last one?
How do you know if you're growing apart?
Growing apart. 40. Okay. So let's see. Let me check something. So we've got.
Do we want to do something from our last podcast?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 6, which would make us next Sunday. You don't like working on Sundays. Okay. Oh, we gotta do one more.
You want to ask me a question?
Yeah. How do you know when you're ready for a relationship with someone with a child?
Okay.
Okay. We'll do that one.
Okay.
It's on there. It's in the to create list.
Yes.
So we'll do that one. We'll talk about that one. It's a good one. We'll start with you. You want to start that one?
Yes.
All right. Okay.
You have to answer too.
Yeah. Okay, Ken.
All right, here we go.
Okay, Milubby. We have another one for you today.
Okay.
How do you know when you are ready for a relationship with someone with a child from a previous relationship?
Well, you think you're ready. You can think you know you're ready, but you're not. You know, any human relationship has its own path, and going into it, I was unaware of the twists and the turns, and some of the challenges were quite a surprise.
Well, there's stuff that's completely out of your control.
It is completely out of my control. They weren't my children. So I had zero input for parenting. Now, I would express my opinion sometimes when on some things. But I try to do it to augment, to be nice, not change what is happening with the parent-child relationship, because that's sacrosanct. That has to be honored.
Yes, and there's different things. Younger children, you end up with different relationships than older children. And I think what I learned is that the child is in charge of the relationship. It's your job as the adult to be adult enough to understand that the child is the one who sets the terms of the relationship. If the child wants you to play a parental role, then you should feel honored and you should play that parental role that they want you to play to your best ability. If they want you to be a friend, then you're dad's friend, and you essentially that's all you are. Then you have to respect that.
Yes.
And if you respect that, they'll allow you deeper into the relationship. It's when you try to force a relationship on a child that you end up with conflict, because you're trying to force them into something that they have an emotional bond with their parents. They don't want you to replace their other parent. So if you're not trying to replace somebody, you're just trying to be there, to be supportive and loving and helpful. They will accept you for that. I think that's what I've learned. And they're all different. I didn't have a real life parent to have to deal with. I have ghosts, and you don't have to. Ghosts are a different breed. You don't have to deal with an immediate issue. You deal with the past. You just have to honor it as best you can. You honor that. You don't have to deal with ongoing emotions of feeling like there's a difference there, and you have to honor the difference of the relationship and honor the difference of how they got there, because not all divorces are the same. Some divorces are pleasant and everybody's working together. Others are acrimonious and have traumas to deal with. And you have to be open and honest with your partner, so everybody can have eyes open and at least have some idea of what's going on, so you can make the best decisions for everybody. And I think that is your daily dose of love.
Okay.
How was that one?
That was good.
Okay. I'm not good at judging these things because I forget almost the minute I'm done. Someone asked me what I just said. I don't know. I could come up with something and it'll come close. It'll say the same thing. It'll just be said differently. That's what you get for not writing scripts. But they're real. Okay, so what the hell was that called?
How do you know you're ready for a relationship with someone with a child?
God, that's a long one. How am I going to shorten that?
Previous child relationships.
I'm drawing a freaking blank. That's good.
Happy to be here for you, honey.
How the hell am I going to shorten that one?
Okay, I'm taking off my mic.
All right, I already turned the bottom. All right, and so we are out of here. For those of you who stopped by and watched, thank you for stopping by and watching. We appreciate your time. And we didn't even bother to put banners up or anything today. We were that lazy.
Oh my God, I can't do everything.
Well, so if we had a checklist,
I can't believe you accepted that. Well, if we had a checklist, huh?
Good night, everybody.
Good night.